Hi DIY friends, it's Shannon from TheDailyDIYer.com, and Christmas is very quickly approaching. I'm so excited about it. I hope you are too. I'm sharing my favorite $25 Dollar Tree DIYs with you. And the first one is going to be using some of these clear ornaments that you can get from Dollar Tree. I love the selection that they have there. But today, this first one is going to be using these adorable gingerbread clear ornaments. We're going to be taking the tops off of these and then taking them outside to spray paint them. This is the perfect gingerbread color spray paint. I will link it down in the description box below for you. It gives it a little bit of texture. It gives it a little bit of shine. And it's not just like a flat brown. So I really do love this paint. Now, my best advice when it comes to spray painting is to flip it to the backside first, spray it, let it sit for about 15 minutes, spray it again, let it dry completely before flipping it over to the front side now. And again, repeating that process, giving it 2 coats of paint, letting it dry completely before coming in and grabbing some white puffy fabric paint. This is going to add all of the fun detail. You can see on the fronts of these gingerbread that they have the raised little areas where you can add all of your paint to and whatever colors you want. This just kind of looks more like frosting or icing. And then you definitely need some extra time. Let this sit for about 24 hours before that raised 3D paint dries all the way. Now, at this point, you can also add more details if you want. I thought mine needed a little bit more color, so this is some Dollar Tree polka dot ribbon. Just made a really simple bow tie bow and then hot glued that right onto the front of this ornament. One other cute little detail that I added are these raised polka dot stickers from Dollar Tree. I added that to the center of the bow tie, but I feel like it'd be really cute to add them to the buttons of this gingerbread as well. Then you go ahead and just reattach the topper of your ornament, add some cute coordinating ribbon to the top so you can hang it on your branches of your Christmas tree. Look how cute this little thing just turned out. Love it so much, and it was a fun project to do. I hope you give it a try. For these next few projects, we're going to be working with coffee mugs from Dollar Tree, but this first one, we're also going to need some of those smaller sized plates, and you'll need one of these glass candlesticks. Grab out some E6000. We're going to add a little bit of hot glue to the top rim of this along with some E6000. The E6000 is going to make it permanent, whereas the hot glue is going to set up fast for us so we can keep moving along with our project. It also helps take the sticker off the bottom of your plate. Definitely take the time to do that. Once you have it centered on the bottom of the first plate, flip it over to the right side, add some hot glue and some E6000 to the bottom of a coffee mug, and flip that over and add that right to the center of your plate. So as you can see, we are making a cute little tiered tray. So we're going to add another layer to this. We're going to add some hot glue and E6000 to the top of this mug and add another plate right on top. I would definitely let this sit overnight so that that E6000 can cure all the way, and then you can fill up your tray with all the different kinds of accessories and even use this for food, candies, and goodies. For your holiday celebrations, this would be cute in a kitchen, on a coffee bar. Get creative with this, but look how cute this turned out, even with another mug set right on top. You can also use these mugs for a cute Christmas display. Just grab several different versions of these from the Dollar Tree. Even these cute little miniature mugs I found for about $1.50 at Hobby Lobby, so a really great deal too. A nice little mixture of them. We're going to add some faux little miniature bottle brush trees into these coffee mugs. You can also grab a little block of wood and add them underneath your trees to raise them up a little bit so they don't just sink down inside. And you get a cute little display. This would be cute on the center of a table or in a windowsill in your kitchen. Very, very cute, super easy, and really easy to take apart and put away after Christmas is over. Now let's make some decorative coffee mugs with the help of some model magic. Sometimes you can find this at Dollar Tree in the toy section, so keep your eye out. If you can't find it, I will link this down in the description box below for you. It is really fun to play with. It's not messy at all like regular Play-Doh, and it's more like an air dry clay. So all we're gonna do here is make some mini marshmallows. So you'll break off just a small piece from the larger set of clay, make a little ball, and then roll it kind of flat in the center and then push down on the top and the bottom, and we have the cutest little miniature marshmallow. We are going to repeat this process and make several of these to add to a coffee mug here in just a minute, but it also helps to let these dry for about an hour or two before you move on to the next step. Now that our little marshmallows are dry, we can start adding them to our coffee mug, and we're going to do that with the help of some hot glue, but not any hot glue. We're going to use this brown decorative colored hot glue. I will link these down in the description box below for you as well. If you've never tried colored glue sticks, it's super fun to work with, especially at Christmas time, adding some details like drizzled chocolate to these coffee mugs. And we're going to work in smaller sections, so before that glue dries, go ahead and set some of those mini marshmallows into the glue so they will stay on there for you. This just makes sort of a decorative mug that you can add to a coffee bar or add a gift to. It's definitely be cute to add a little gift card in here too. And then we're also going to go around the top edge with our hot glue and cover up all the red. And it just turns out so cute, and just another fun decorative element that you can add to your Christmas decor. Now here's another accessory that would be cute to add to your faux coffee display. Take some of that air dry clay and then use a cookie cutter to cut out a shape, in this case a gingerbread. And we're going to take the center out just like a long rectangle and cut that out of the center. Let this dry completely. It'll set up and harden, and then it will look like this. And they're cute little toppers that you can add to the sides of your coffee mugs. So cute, especially to the ones with the chocolate drizzle, but also cute on regular coffee mugs without the accessories too. You have to let me know down in the comments below. Do you prefer hot chocolate or coffee? Let me know which one down in the comments below. Dollar Tree also has the cutest wood cutouts, and are these not adorable little mini coffee mugs? We're going to make a cocoa garland with these. We're going to start with some red paint and just paint the bottom half, basically just where the mug is, and leave the top swirly part. We're going to add a special little accent up there where there's whipped cream. So go ahead, give these 1 or 2 coats. If you like to see the wood grain showing through, just do 1 coat. If you like more of a solid red color, give it 2 coats. Then we're going to come in with this all-purpose caulk. You can find this in the hardware section at Dollar Tree. And we're just going to kind of swirl this onto the top of our mugs once that paint has dried. And it's going to give us that fluffy frosting, icing, or I guess more whipped cream topping and texture to the top of our hot cocoa mugs. Then we're going to add a little bit more detail with the help of a chalk marker. I love these. I will link these down in the description box below for you as well. We're going to add some detail, just adding a couple little lines onto the sides of the mug, and then creating a really simple snowflake design in the center, and just repeating that for all of these coffee mugs. So one idea for these is to just turn them into simple ornaments. I highly recommend these really pretty curly Q ornament hooks. You can find them at Walmart, Hobby Lobby. If I can find them, I'll link them down below for you as well. But they just look a lot nicer than the traditional ones, and just especially if you're going to give these as gifts or put them on a gift bag, this would be a fun, easy way to do that. These look so cute hanging from your Christmas tree, but you can also string these end to end with the help of some red and white baker's twine to create your own garland. And as you can see, so cute on a coffee bar. Next up, we're going to make several different candle crafts using Dollar Tree candles, specifically these glass jar candles. We're going to melt these down to make some custom candles. They also have lots of different colors, but we're going to start with the white one first. To melt these candles down, it's really easy. Just take a large pot and fill it up about halfway with hot water. Then head over to your stove. We're going to turn our flame to about low-medium heat. We don't want this up too high, but we do want to bring it to a slow boil. But before we do that, we are going to add our candles into the water, so that way our wax and our jar candles can come up to temperature with the water. So as you can see, we're starting to get some bubbles in there. We're starting to see some of our candles melting. It does take about 20 minutes total, give or take, depending on the heat of your flame. And then as you can see, it starts to melt all the way down. Just take some tongs, very carefully remove the wick out of your candle. I like to put it in a paper cup and then save it so that I can use them for other projects down the road, or you can save them and actually use them for this project too. We're going to take some parchment paper and we're going to just lay that out. So the first project we're going to make with this melted wax are some beautiful and also really great scented Christmas fire starters. So back in Dollar Tree, grab a muffin tin and also some of their paper baking cups, and go ahead, add those paper cups into the muffin tin to line them. So for these fire starters, I'm going to be adding a variety of different things, including some dried oranges, some star anise, cinnamon sticks, and some juniper fir branches to mine, but you guys get creative and add what you have on hand. I will link supplies that I use down in the description box below, minus the juniper. That was out of my backyard. It does help to cut everything down so it'll fit nicely inside our baking cups, including our oranges and our branches. So at this point now, we can start adding our wax into the cups, but definitely protect your surface. So I have a towel underneath my parchment paper, and warning here, obviously the wax in the jars are going to be incredibly hot, so use some gloves and use those to pick up your jar and then pour your wax into those cups. Let them set up a little bit, not all the way. Here's a good look at about what you want it to look like before you start adding your accessories in there. And then just as easy as poking them in there so that they won't just fall down into the melted wax. So it's a fun process, just adding and kind of decorating up your fire starter cups with all these accessories. Look how beautiful these are. This would be a beautiful gift to give. You can wrap them in some clear cellophane bags. I get a lot of questions about this. I definitely wouldn't do this in an indoor fire. I would use these for an outdoor fire, a fire pit, something like that, as the wax will melt and you don't want that in your actual indoor fireplace. But it's such a beautiful gift. Make sure you write that on the tag if you use it as a gift. You can also make your own coffee mug candles using this wax, and then add a scent to it like this Christmas tree essential oil. And then you can also find kits with wick kits on Amazon. I'll link it all down below for you. And this kit comes with a little double-sided tape dot that you put on the bottom of the wick and then stick it down into the middle of your coffee mug. So get creative with your coffee mug. This one's from Dollar Tree, but you can get a fancy one too. Or hit Walmart and other department stores and find one that you love. Add your melted candle wax to the candle, and then add a few drops of your candle scent to the wax. Stir it up with a popsicle stick to incorporate that scent all throughout the wax. And then the kits also come with a popsicle stick and a hole on it so that it helps keep your wick centered as the wax cools and dries. Once the wax has completely set up, you can take off that popsicle stick, trim down your wick to about 1/4 of an inch, no more, tall, and then you can actually use your candle and you'll have a beautiful Christmas scent in your home. Next, we're going to make some cookie cutter candles. Grab a couple of these foil tins from Dollar Tree and some colored waxed candles. We're going to be using some red and some white for this project. So again, I have my towel down on my work surface or on my countertop. Put the trays out, melt down your wax, and then it did take about 3 of these candles to fill up one of the trays. Same thing with the red. We're going to melt those down and then pour 3 of those into our metal tin. Before they start to cool, you can add some fragrance in there. This is fragrance oil from Dollar Tree, which had a really pretty scent to it. So I'm adding some of that to the red wax here. Just make sure to mix it up, incorporate it all in, and then let these sit for a few hours so that they can completely set up. It also helps to put them in the refrigerator too, and then they'll set up a little bit quicker for you. Now is the fun part. Grab out some cookie cutters, and we're literally going to do this just like you would with cookie dough and press your cookie cutters right down into the wax to create that shape. I did end up actually taking the wax right out of the tin so I could push the cookie cutters all the way through the wax to get a nice shape. A great tip here is any of your excess leftovers, put them into a Ziploc bag, and then you can always melt these down later for other candle projects so you're not wasting any of it. So at this point, we have some wax melts, which are great to use in your burners, but if you want to turn these into candles, take an awl and then just poke a hole right in the center. That is going to gouge out a hole in the center so we can then add a wick to this. And we're just going to put the wick through the bottom, press the metal into the bottom of our candle so it stays in place, and trim off the excess wick. And yes, these do really work, and I love the look of these. These would be so cute if you put them onto a plate that said cookies for Santa. You could also do these in different colors and get creative with the wax, put sprinkles in there and things like that to dress them up even more. So this is just a basic idea that I hope you guys will take, run with, and make your own. I love when ideas actually work. This one was kind of a trial and error, and it all came together in the end. Grab one of these LED candles from Dollar Tree. We are actually going to take this apart. We're not going to need the bottom of this. We are not going to need the inner workings of this. So a screwdriver kind of helps to pop this all apart. We're also going to pull the wires and the bulb out of the candle because we're just going to use the outside part. Now I did go ahead and cut a decal with my Cricut machine and cut it on some black matte vinyl. And I do have this design in my Cricut profile, which is the Daily DIYer. So I'll link that down below for you so you can easily just click this and print it or cut it on your machine, and it'll be the exact size you need for the Dollar Tree candles. Just applied it to the inside of this candle so you can kind of see the silhouette showing through, but the real magic happens when you take one of these smaller votives that are also LED, set that down on your countertop, and then put the Dollar Tree candle over top of it, and it really makes your silhouette pop. And I will also link these LED candles down in the description box below because they kind of have a flicker to them. They don't just stay on, but you could probably also use a tea light candle from Dollar Tree. That would probably work as well. You should still be able to find some solar lights at Dollar Tree, so now's a great time to grab some of these before wintertime hits. This first project, we're going to also grab a pool noodle. You can find these year-round. We definitely want a red one for this project, and also a broomstick over in the cleaning section at Dollar Tree. We're going to turn this red pool noodle into a candy cane stick with some of this white duct tape. So just as easy as just twisting it around the pool noodle to get that candy cane effect. Now let's do a little bit of work to our broomstick. We do need to remove the handle, and using a heat gun around the plastic will help melt all the adhesive in there for then you to easily be able to pop that handle off the top. We're going to take this broomstick outside, take a hammer, and very easily just tap our broomstick into the ground. We're going to set the pool noodle over the broomstick and then insert a solar light on top of there. These red ones that you can find during 4th of July. look really Christmassy. It's kind of like our own North Pole. For this idea, you can really use any kind of solar light. These basic ones work best though. You can also find these for only $1 at Dollar General, so keep your eyes out for those. Save you $1 a piece there. And we're gonna take some of these mini ornaments from Dollar Tree and just fill up a lantern. It's gonna turn a regular everyday lantern into one with a Christmas flair. So we're gonna take our solar light and just stick it right into the center of the lantern. Obviously, this is gonna work better outside versus inside because it needs some of that sunlight to recharge the batteries. But you can also set these in the window during the day and then just stick them in your lanterns at nighttime to get that glow. This is my favorite solar light DIY ever. I'm using one of these red solar lights that I said earlier are during the 4th of July, so you definitely need to grab one of these early in the year. We're gonna take this apart, make sure it works. That's always my best tip there. Make sure they work before you bring them home because some of them don't like to work. We are gonna cover up the solar light at the top of this, so if you just put some painter's tape over the solar panel and then cut out around it, we have masked that off. It's gonna protect it because we're gonna paint all the silver on the solar light brown and make the cutest little reindeer solar light. For this, I do recommend using a brown chalk paint. It's going to grab onto your metal of your solar light and not chip and crack on you over time. So it's gonna be a little bit more stronger than acrylic paint. Once you've got a few coats on there, let it dry, and then you can remove that painter's tape off the solar panel at the top. And now we can start putting our little reindeer together. So go ahead and replace all the parts, put your solar light back together, put the top on and put the base of it on. And then we're gonna make the reindeer antlers. So this is some brown stiff felt. I literally just free-handed this. I thought I would fold it in half so I get the same on both sides, but honestly, you can just make sort of like these tree branch shapes and make it flat in the center so they're all together. And just kind of freehand it and attach this onto the top of our solar light using some hot glue. We also need to add some eyeballs onto our reindeer, so using a white chalk marker for this. And then as you can see, once we get those details on there, the red of the solar light turns into Rudolph's nose. So you can leave this as is or add even more embellishments like some greenery and some berries that just kind of dresses it up even that much more. This guy turned out so cute. You can add a bow if you want, or a little scarf really to the neck if you'd like. So cute. Add it to a vase. You can stick these in the ground if you want. And I just love that project. It was fun to make. Now we're gonna make a wreath, sort of a wreath, but it's going to be out of a Dollar Tree pizza pan. This is one of my favorite wreaths I've ever made, even though it doesn't have any greenery on it. So we're gonna take some of this green chalk paint and paint the outside edge of this pizza pan to make a frame. Then you're gonna come in with your favorite wrapping paper or scrapbook paper. I'm using wrapping paper in this case, and we're just going to trace underneath the edge here so we can find the inside edge to create our circle. Once we have our circle cut down to size, just flip it over, add some everyday stick glue to the back, and attach it to the center of the pizza pan. So the edge of this looked pretty rough, so I did grab some Dollar Tree nautical rope, and we're gonna hot glue that to the outside edge and just cover up those rough edges of the paper. I love this glue gun. I'll link it down in the description box below for you. It is a cordless Ryobi glue gun, crafters version though, and I just love it. It's fun to use it to create these simple projects. So we are going to just add that rope all the way around the center and cut off the end when we get back to the beginning. Now, this is so cute. I couldn't walk out of the store without these cute wooden ice skates. We're gonna paint these up with some chalk paint and also attach them onto our wreath. come back in with some jute and add them to the holes of our ice skates and then hang them kind of unevenly at the top with a little bit of hot glue. We're going to cover that up with a little bit of greenery. Use our hot glue again to attach some pine cones. So stinking cute. And then to create a hanger for the back, we're going to take the same jute, make a loop, tie a knot, and then we're going to hot glue and tape it onto the back. So definitely not your traditional Christmas wreath, but I love it. I think it'd be beautiful in the front of a front door. Or you could also use this for a wall hanging and use it for decor in your home. Everybody loves these miniature Christmas trees at Dollar Tree. I do too. I have several videos on how to DIY with these trees, and I'll definitely link those at the end, so make sure to click on that if you want to see more ideas with these mini Christmas trees. For this project, we're going to make a Santa. So this white tree is going to be his beard. Just kind of fluff the tree, flip it upside down, and then we're going to need a Santa hat. So for this hat, we're just going to take our tree and kind of tuck it up into the inside of the hat, and then take your hot glue and glue the tree to the inside of the hat. We're also going to have to do a little bit of folding and tucking because our hat is pretty big. We're going to use a mini ornament for our Santa's nose. Just add some hot glue to the back side of the ornament and then tuck it up underneath the hat and into the branches of the tree. So now we have an instant little Santa Claus. Or if you love gnomes, he kind of looks like a gnome too. We're going to add a little hanger onto the back with a little bit of ribbon. Just again, make a loop, tie a knot, and then hot glue the loop onto the back of the Santa. Now we're going to make some ornaments using these chopping mats from Dollar Tree. They come in a set of 2 and they're good size. They're 11 by 14, so you can make several ornaments out of one. And if you're lucky, you can also find these mats in different colors. I found this SVG file. I'll link it down in the description box below for you, and you can customize it, and we're going to cut it on our cutting machine, on our Cricut cutting machine. So for this, I did add the deep blade for this, and I'm also using the strong grip mat, and we're going to cut it on cutting board or mat board setting within your Cricut design space. And sure enough, the Cricut cuts these like butter. You can see this is such a beautiful ornament using such a unique item from Dollar Tree. And as you can see, you can customize them, adding names to the center of these. We're going to dress it up a little bit more with some red and green baker's twine. I'll link this down in the description box below for you so you can easily decorate up your Christmas ornaments with it. And you can also, like I said, do this in different colors, which would make this one pop a little bit more, but you can add these to your Christmas gifts too. Now let's make a wintertime snowy lighted bottle. You can find these bottles at Dollar Tree. The clear one is going to give us that wintry look, so you can add some Epsom salt into the bottom of these, or Dollar Tree also has some wintertime glitter that you can use too. And also grab some fairy lights from Dollar Tree. We're going to tuck those into the bottle, and as you can see, these bright white lights really give you that wintry feel. If you're going to give this as a gift, you can also kind of create your own wine bottle gift tag, which is basically a big rectangle with a hole cut out of it, and then you fold the front side back, and then you can decorate up the front with stickers or just write to and from and then add it to your bottle. Makes for a cute little gift.
There's nothing like a fire, like angels in the snow. I never will be tired of this adorable season.
I love that Dollar Tree carries these wood round ornaments, and I'm really hoping they'll have more this holiday season, but if not, you can find them on Amazon, and I'll link them down below for you. We're going to make some cute holiday ornaments with photos on the front. I love these for keepsakes. These are Christmas pictures from our Christmas a couple years ago, and I just printed them out on 4x6 paper and then took a marker and used the outline of the wood round to create my shape. We're going to come in with some scissors and cut this out a little bit smaller because we want this to fit around the inside edge so we can still kind of see some of the bark showing through around the edge. And then once we get it to the right shape, we are just going to attach this right onto the front.
Let's have a joyful night. We'll keep a candle burning to light the way for the reindeer.
Now I like to use tape runners for photos because any kind of liquid glue is going to make them wrinkle. So I'll link my tape runner down in the description box below for you. Great for paper projects, no mess, it's extra sticky, and our photo is going to stay on the front of this ornament for us for years to come. I did take that all and I put it through the hole in the ornament, so then I can also take some jute and tie that onto the top so I have my ornament that is now ready to hang. It's also a great idea to flip it to the back side. You can put the names on it, the dates on it, year on it, or if you're going to use these for gift tags on your gifts or gift bags, you can write to and from on the back as well.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Speaking of photos, this is a really great gift idea using a Dollar Tree block and then this candle cup, which I'll link down in the description box below for you. You can also find them at Hobby Lobby. We're going to come in with some paint. I'm using brown here and giving both 2 coats of that and letting it dry. We're then going to take these and just attach them together with some hot glue. Then it was time to print my photos. I do have a personal photo printer and I'll link it down below for you. This is not sponsored. I'm absolutely obsessed with this thing though. I used them for the last project and I use them for all kinds of Christmas DIYs and crafting. They printed the perfect size to then be able to trim these off and then stick them and glue them onto the wood block. Again, makes for a really cute gift idea. Now you can leave it just as it is or dress it up a little bit more with a finial on the top, which is what I did using some super glue and some hot glue. Just stuck it right down on the center top there, and it also gives you a little handle so you can easily spin your little block around so you can see all the different pictures. Now let's do some projects using some really inexpensive gift bags that you can get at Dollar Tree, or maybe you already have some in your stash that you can pull out and use for this. This first project, we are going to use this one. I really like the design on this. So we're going to take the handles off. I always like to keep the ribbon on here because you never know what that will come in handy for. And the gift tags, because you can repurpose those as well. We're very carefully going to take our scissors and just trim out the front of this bag so it stays looking nice. We're going to use this as a little piece of artwork. So the cool thing about gift bags is they are double-sided, so you actually get 2 in 1. So make sure to hang on to the second piece for another project, or you can make 2 of these at one time and give 1 as a gift and keep 1 for yourself. We're going to make this artwork with the help of 2 paint stir sticks and some brown paint. We're just going to give those 1 coat each, and then once those dry, use a hot glue gun and attach the paint stir stick to the top and the bottom of our gift bag. Now take some jute or string or ribbon and just tie them to the tops of both sides of our top paint stir stick. So this has got to be my favorite gift bag DIY ever. I found this really beautiful gift bag at Dollar Tree with a reindeer silhouette on it. So I very carefully just trimmed out around just the reindeer. It was a little bit flimsy. So I had a piece of brown cardstock, and I'm using some of the stick glue to just attach it onto the cardstock to make it a little bit more rigid, so it'll stay up, and you'll see here as we go through this project why we need to do this. So very carefully taking some detail scissors in here and going around the entire silhouette of the reindeer. So on the neck of this reindeer, there was a little bit of greenery just kind of painted on. So I thought it'd be fun to add some 3D detail to this and add some fake greenery. So it kind of just accented it more. So just a little bit around the neck, added a few berries to one side to cover up the tail of the stem. And that was just all we needed to do to really make that reindeer pop. We're going to take another one of those Dollar Tree wood rounds and a barbecue skewer from Dollar Tree and glue that into a little hole that we punctured in the wood. And we're going to attach our reindeer onto the back of that stick with some tape. See how beautiful and pretty this turned out? This would be pretty if you did the opposite side and did one that was facing each other. So there was a set of two. This would be pretty on the top of a mantle or on a fireplace, on a table. Really, really easy and inexpensive DIY. These gift bags or treat sacks actually are made of a really pretty kind of canvas material. So I thought we could make this into art versus a bag. You can find these mini canvases at Dollar Tree, and it's really easy to just take some pliers or a screwdriver and just pry up the staples on the back side and then pull the existing canvas off the front of the frame. So we're just left with a wood frame. Once you get the canvas off, come in, sand off all the rough spots on the front side of this frame, and then you can paint it whatever color you want or stain it. I'm coming in with some brown paint here to give it a little bit more color and texture. Now it's time to work on this bag. We're going to carefully take our scissors and just trim out the sides and the bottom, so we're left with just the front side of this bag to work with. Once our frame is dry, we can then take that and lay that on top of this piece of fabric, flip it over to the other side, and then we are going to attach this with a staple gun. I love this staple gun. It is battery powered. It doesn't kick, it doesn't make a loud noise, it's easy on your hand, so I'll link it down below for you too. A great item to add to your craft stash. Once you got it stapled onto the back side of the frame, trim out all the excess fabric from the sides, and we have a new framed art piece. So cute. I think this would be beautiful in a tiered tray as well. Another idea using these gift bags is to make your own gift tags. So we're going to do the same thing as our last project, and we're going to take our scissors and very carefully cut around the front side of the material. We're going to cut off the top that had the fold over side, and we're also going to cut this down a little bit more into a rectangle shape. And then cut the corners off of the top, which gives it that tag shape, and then use a hole punch to punch a hole in the top. I like doing these types of things so that all of my decor looks like it all goes together. So I'll have the pretty art piece somewhere, gift tags on my gift wrap, and you can also do this with the same thing on the back side. Don't want to waste that fabric. You can make smaller gift tags with the same canvas fabric and write to and from, even though it doesn't have the Christmas tree on there. And then of course you can use the gift bags as gift bags too, but here's just what it all kind of looks like. You can see, as I said, it has that nice coordinating factor to it, and that way you get that nice aesthetic for your whole home's decor. Next, we're gonna make the cutest gift bag, which would be perfect for a kiddo or for a teacher or somebody that you love that loves these types of things. We're gonna need 2 candy canes, wiggly eyes, a big red pom-pom, and a natural colored gift bag from Dollar Tree. We're gonna add the eyes and the nose to the front of the bag and use the candy canes on the inside of the bag for our reindeer ears. It is so quick and easy to make. I also love that whoever gets this bag also gets the goodie of the candy canes too. So they get a treat inside and a treat on the outside. It's so quick and easy, and it is so stinking cute. These metallic bags are just beautiful. They have this embossed impression in them and they look so fancy. We're gonna turn these guys into a Christmas tree though. So we're gonna be able to get 2 trees out of 1 bag when we cut out the front and the back. You're just gonna take 1 corner and roll it down to the opposite angled corner and create a cone shape. So the bottom is gonna be the opening, the top you want at a nice point, and then we're gonna take some hot glue and wrap the other corner around onto our cone so our Christmas tree stays in shape. The bottom we are going to pinch very carefully together so we can take scissors and cut it flat and straight. You don't want to push it too hard though. We don't want to crease the sides of our Christmas tree. So once you have that all cut down to size, then it's ready to go. You just kind of set it on a shelf. You can add it to a candlestick. Give it a trunk if you want, but it's just that easy. I decided to cut down this one into a smaller sized Christmas tree so we kind of have that tiered effect. So I have a couple ideas using this gift bag. The first one being creating it into a frame. So we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut down the sides and also the front. It also helps to have a ruler and a razor blade to cut nice straight edges for you. Also make sure to cover up your work surface with a cutting mat and cut through also the center here. We're going to cut the Let's Get Jolly part off. You can save that, you can frame that, you can put that on top of a gift if you want. And we are basically just left with the inside edge so that we can then insert a photo into it to create a frame. You can also leave the handle on the top so you can hang it, or you can take that off and then just frame the frame and put it in a picture frame. Another idea here is to actually add your photo to the center of this so you can have a photo in the front of your gift bag. So same process here. We're going to add our photo to the inside of this, but we're leaving the bag intact. It's a fun way to, instead of doing it to and from, maybe put the person that you're gifting this to's photo to the inside, or it's just kind of like a from, and you can put your family's photo in the frame so they know where it came from. If you made it to the end of this video, leave me your favorite Christmas emoji down in the comments below. And I'm sure you're all in the Christmas spirit now and looking for more Christmas ideas, so I'll have those popping up on your screen. Just click the thumbnail, head on over, and enjoy. Thanks so much for watching today, and I will see you in the next one. Have a creative day.